Feb 2018. It wasn't what I expected. It wasn't as I planned. It didn't go as I planned. Look, I still ran, I did what I did, and it is what it is. It was a little touch and go. Let me explain. Here is February 2018 summary. Feb actually kicked off with a beautiful 7.6k run. Absolutely stunner. It was a magnificent morning, I can't complain. And that was basically just a mid-long run, just getting out there, trying to keep the speeds consistent. So like I said, I did 7.6k, averaging 5:01. So really getting in there, into those speeds. Quite happy with that one, very consistent. Now with this one, my heart rate was 159 beats per minute, so that was really good. Not gonna complain with that. Keeping it down, and for a 7.6k, not too bad compared to last month. With a run like this, I was thinking going into February, I'm gonna be smashing it. And look, majority of the time I was, but things started to get a little down further into the month, but we'll get there, just wait. Run number 2 was a 5k, and this was also just an absolutely beautiful, very calm, very still morning. So I did about 5k, averaging 5:10. So once again, keeping that speed down, keep it consistent. Basically on the weekends, I'm trying to either do my long runs or just consistent runs, and then through the week, I'm basically doing my training, whether it's the sprints or whatever it may be. So on this particular day, it was spectacular to just get out and do a nice 5k. For this one, my heart rate was also 159 beats per minute, so keeping it very consistent, quite happy with that, wanting to try and keep it below 160. Run number 3, now this was intense. Basically, I did 11 times 200 meter sprints, and hear this, I was expected to average 326. That's ridiculous, I've never done something like that before, so I was a little pessimistic going into it. However, Carla said just go for it, you know, you're always good at these things, you always come out on top. So this is what I did, I headed out, did the 11 sprints. Now hear this, I ended up doing the 11 sprints, so 2.2 kilometers, averaging 317. Yes, 317, never done something like that before. Obviously I took breaks in between, I believe they're about 20-second breaks. So look, I did have a breather, but still, I'm very impressed with this. And my heart rate averaged 150 beats per minute. I couldn't believe it, I was expecting very high, so very, very impressed with this. I've surprised myself here, but I shouldn't be surprised because obviously this training is paying off. Run number 4. Now this is where things got interesting. It had been a pretty busy week. All I wanted to do was get out and run. At the same time, I was expecting and needed to do a long run, and that was a 10k. I wasn't feeling too good, so I figured I'd go do a 5, see how I go. Felt a bit weird this week, but I'm meant to be doing my long run today, 10k. So look, I've started off with the intention to do 5, hopefully 7.5, but if my body's still up to it, I'll go for the 10. And then I checked point at 7.5 and I was feeling good, so I'm like, okay, let's smash out a 10. So I ended up doing 10 kilometers at an average of 5:39, so I was pretty happy with that. And my heart rate was 157. Once again, very impressed with this, very surprised. All I can say is the training's paying off. Now, what went bad from here is whether it was because I was already feeling a bit unwell, maybe I didn't rehydrate, or I don't know. But after that, I became sick, quite sick. It wasn't for 14 days later, yes, 2 weeks, that I actually got back out and did another run. Whew, it was a tough 2 weeks. Look, I don't know what it was. I went to the doctors, they said just need a rest and just need to drink water. So that's what I did. Spent a couple of days in bed off work, tried to push through it, and it was what it was. I'm back. So 14 days later, I did the next run. So 14 days later, I did run number 5 for February. And this one, I basically just wanted to get back out there, be consistent, and this is what I did. I did 5.2k, averaging 5:25, so still very consistent, getting back into it. And my heart rate though was 168. Whew. This was intense. Did not expect it to be that high, but look, coming out of being sick, my heart rate had risen about 20 while being sick, so I believe it was still coming down. It was a bit of a struggle run. I was just glad to get out, obviously. Run number 6 for February was a treadmill TV run. Well, it was a trial run. So in my recent video, I just announced that I got a new gimbal that I was using for the runs. Basically, this was a trial or a test run for that. Basically, I went around Albert Park, as I like to usually do, basically doing 5K, averaging 5:37 with a heart rate of 169 beats per minute, so still quite high, not where I want to be, but being able to get out and just do a treadmill TV run is always fun. It was tough also, I think, because I was using a new gimbal, so and still coming out of being unwell. The weather was a bit choppy, like really choppy. Like, check this out. So it was what it was, but look, I was just glad to once again get out, get back to it. But at this point in time, I was feeling quite scared, quite nervous of what's to come with my training for the Run for Kids 2018. Now, obviously, I missed 2 weeks of training where I was meant to get in some real good speed work, some really good long runs. And coming back into these last couple of runs, I've just wanted to ease back into them. So I've kind of deviated from my running plan. Not what I wanted to do, but as I keep saying, it is what it is. Just got to keep pushing forward. Yeah, so that's February, basically short and sweet, but as I said, I was sick majority of it. It was good to just be able to get out, do what I could for the first half. I really did make some really good progress there, especially with those sprints. I'm still surprised with what I was able to pull out. Look, doing the 10K was great. I do love a good long run when my body's in the position to do it. Obviously, I'm training for the 15K, trying to beat my PB to do a sub 120. Look, it was very disappointing to fall sick and fall ill and have to step back from running for the 2 weeks. I am feeling very nervous right now of, obviously missing 2 weeks of some of the most important parts of my training. I am back now doing it, now that we're in March. But look, all I can do is push forward, hope for the best, and hope that the training that I have done will suffice. But I won't spoil what's to come, and how I've progressed since then, you can just wait and see. So let's hear the stats of February. So February was 6 runs, short and sweet, and I did a total of 35.37 kilometers. Now the average speed came in at 5:15, so very happy with that, keeping it quite low. As I said, I'm aiming to do a sub 120 for the 15K, so I need to keep below the 5:30. So very consistent there. Now for my heart rate, now this is the big one. The heart rate on average for this month was 160.3. So look, so it's not where I want it to be. I want to be lower than 160, but I guess I can't really complain with the situation that's happened this month. The first half was really good, second half not so good, or really not up to where I want to be. Look, all in all, February was a challenging month. It was a month where I actually did some pretty good stuff, some pretty intense stuff. All I can do is push forward and hope that what I've done so far and what I will still yet to complete before my 15K for the Run for Kids is enough, and I guess all I can do is go in there and do my best. So that's February for you. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please do let me know, especially regarding my training or just anything for this whole month. But until then, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle.